What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of Thicc Talk. Today, we are doing things a little bit differently. We are going to be straying away from the whole gamers, streamers things, and we're going to talk about something a little bit more casual, man. We're just going to get into the conversation with a couple people that you guys might recognize and some people you might not recognize. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and meet the people we have today. What is up, guys?
What up?
What up?
What is up?
For those of you who remember Finale, welcome back, Finale. You may also remember Joinedthegame. Welcome back, Joined. And our newest guest we have today, Mr. Noah. Would you like to take a second to introduce yourself, Noah?
Yeah, what up, guys? I started off as an actor when I was 9 months old. First 9 months of my life, I was kind of slacking off. And then after that, was fortunate enough to act. And now, once I turned 18, I took a break for 2 years, traveled around the world, and now I'm a producer, writer, and director. Most of my shows wind up on the CW, and yeah.
Producer.
Nice.
Hell
Producer,
yeah.
yes, like Adam. Adam, he's around here. He's a producer.
Yeah, oh man.
He's making shit happen behind the scenes, and that's what I do. I don't get to watch the shows too often, but I get to make them.
Hey, well, you know what, man? We appreciate you taking some time and having some conversation with us. You guys know the topic. We're talking about movies and TV shows. So we're going to jump right into this. Noah, what was your favorite childhood movie growing up? Maybe besides one that you were in.
No, yeah. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say this because I watched it at least 17 times. Me and my family would drive from Florida up to Toronto every summer, and I watched School of Rock like 17 times on one of those portable DVD players.
Oh, yeah.
And that was my childhood right there.
You're talking about the one with Jack Black, right? I'm not making sure we're on the same
100%.
page. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Okay, all right. Cody,
Yeah.
what was your favorite childhood movie?
I mean, I have a couple. Like, if we're talking like Disney movie, I'd say Fox and the Hound.
Oh, we're taking it back.
Mighty Ducks was always a good one, and Three Ninjas, if anyone knows what that is. I used to watch it all the time.
Three Ninjas.
Jason, Colt, Tom Tom, or Dum Dum, whatever his name was.
Tub Tub.
I think it was
Tub
Tom.
Tub.
Yeah.
Hot take: Three Ninjas is better than Home Alone.
Real
Yeah.
facts. Real
Yeah.
facts.
Hot take.
Joined. What was your favorite childhood
trying to
movie?
think.
It's tough, right?
So
You'd think these questions
I
would
remember
be
from when I was,
simple.
You know, when I was tiny, when I was real young, so I was probably only like 5'10", 5'10", and I think Milo and Otis. I don't know if you guys ever saw that when you were a child.
Was that that was a cartoon,
Milo and
wasn't
Otis. Milo and Otis was I guess you would call it live action. No, it wasn't cartoon. It was a puppy and a dog and a cat, a kitten. I can
They
barely
talked, right?
remember it. They go on an adventure, something like that. Yeah, they had like a narrator who would do the voices.
Yeah.
So it's basically like somebody telling their young child a storybook about two animals. But it was all live action. I remember that from when I was a child, and as soon as you said that, I just kind of had that glimpse. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of what was that movie that was live action and then into a cartoon. It was a Super Nintendo game, I think. It was like, what was it? It was like an adventure, and he was something about books. And I just remember on the video game, you had the little flapping books. What was it?
Bookmaster with
Was it Bookmaster? Is that what it was called?
Macaulay Culkin, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was like, I don't think it was book. It was something master, but I don't think it was book master. Page master.
Page Master. That's
Page
it.
master. Thank you, chat. I think for me, my favorite childhood movie was the original Rugrats movie. You remember the orange VHS taped Rugrats movie, dude?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Bro, that was my shiznit. Dude, I loved that movie to the ends of the earth. What is a movie, Cody, that you could just watch over and over again when you were a kid, when you were younger? We'll go younger and then we'll say now.
There's
Like,
this
just-
movie called Blank Check that I really enjoyed.
That was a Disney movie too, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, probably.
Blank Check. That
Like,
was
where-
the kid that the Macintosh
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
I always used like, damn, why can't that be me? I want a blank check.
Where did this kid get it? Joined. What's a movie you could binge watch when you were younger, just over and over again?
Probably fucking Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Just no matter how many times you watch them, just keep watching over and over and over.
Noah, what do you think, man? What a movie you could just get over and over again?
I alluded to that with School of Rock because I saw that so many times, but
Uh-oh.
also Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz
Oh,
and Paul Giganchi, is that his name? Giamatti. Paul Giamatti.
Oh, Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti.
He's
Amazing. Amazing. And that scene where they're in the prop warehouse, that's like similar to that Blank Check vibe where like you're running around and there's all these things that you've always kind of like wanted or dreamt of as a kid and they're just like playing around with it. That was my probably favorite scene in the movie.
true. Trying to think of movies I'm trying to think of the movies that binge watched. Like, obviously there was so many movies that I just enjoyed the most out of, but I honestly think the most movies that I binge watched the most was probably when the first Fast and Furious came out. That one I could just sit, like, we had it on a DVD, and at the time when that movie came out, my cousin had just moved here from Florida, or not Florida, I'm sorry, Maryland. I don't know why I mixed those up, but yeah, he had just moved here, and he was a huge Fast and Furious fan, and like we would just binge watch the crap out of it because they had to live with us for the first like 3 months they got here. They were living with me and my family, so that was
Is the new Fast and Furious actually going to be in space, or was that just a joke I read?
No, you're talking about 9.
Yeah.
So 9 is supposed to be. There's
just a
actually
joke, right?
There's a trailer. I don't know if I watched the whole of it, but I noticed that they were trying to say, like, they were introducing us to Dom's brother, and it's played by John Cena.
No.
But space has nothing to do with it, right?
I don't remember when I watched this trailer.
John Cena.
Yeah, but it
slowly
looked good, dude. He's supposed to.
What was it, the Expendables? I feel like slowly they're going to turn into the Expendables.
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, they're going
Give it-
on.
give it
They're
12
running
more
out
Fast
of.
and Furious movies, it'll be the same.
They're running out of ideas. I feel like for that movie, man.
I swear to God, the trailer had something to do with space last time I saw it, but maybe it was a joke. Maybe I wasn't paying attention what video I was watching.
Adam's dumb.
They're racing in space. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's really hard because it's
How
trash.
are,
Or
How are
robbing
we-
a bank in space. I lose track. All the movies kind of blend together for me now.
how are we going to be able to see John Cena? That's the question.
right.
Probably in some bright colors.
Is there a movie like that's now like more recently been released that you guys think you could just sit and binge watch all the time? More as you're in your adult years.
So, I mean, 1999, The Mummy came out, and I think I've watched The Mummy now more times than I've watched any other movie. I'm in a Mummy group on Facebook.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You were in a Mummy group?
one of those meme pages, and they just put out a shit ton of stuff about The Mummy. It's great.
Was he in the remake? Like the Brendan Fraser?
No,
Oh.
he wasn't.
That
They-
face
they
that
had-
you made was like, do you really want me to get into this?
Well, it was like, I don't know, because people were like, "Oh, it's a remake," and then I watched it, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, "This had nothing to do." And I like the idea, right? So, for those of you who haven't seen the new Mummy, right, with
Tom Cruise, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a scene where they go inside like a museum or collectors or somebody's, and they've got different little snippets about different, like Bram Stoker, horror universe.
Right.
They have something about the Creature of the Black Lagoon. They have something about vampires in Transylvania, and they touch on a bunch of different things. And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna Marvel Universe, Bram Stoker's horror universe, and it's gonna be fucking great. And the movie did really bad, and I don't think they're gonna do that now, which is a shame because it was a good idea. But yeah, I think a lot of people went into it. They were just really confused because they're like, this is a remake, but this is like nothing like the one with Brendan Fraser. There was never a river. Nobody was ever on the wrong side. Nobody had all the horses. It was just really bad. I don't know.
I would probably say Interstellar for me.
That was a good movie. I remember when we watched that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I feel like it's one of those movies where like you can watch it again in the hopes of seeing something different the first time around. But yeah.
You binge watch Interstellar, like you put yourself behind the bookshelf crying about his daughter. Like you emotionally put yourself through that often, Cody.
Yes.
This explains a lot.
I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool concept.
No, it's an amazing concept. It's just emotionally taxing.
Well, I think it's more of, like I said, like I would watch it for that sense of trying to look for those subtle details that weren't noticed the first time around. Like when I watch a movie again, like a movie with that much detail, with that much effort put into it, you always kind of I feel the need to go back and watch it again, only for that mystery of, okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe, you know what I mean? So, all right. Okay, here's a good one. We're going back to when you were little again. What movie did you watch when you were younger that you probably weren't supposed to, and keep it clean, all right?
I think I saw like Die Hard when I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
EPK, motherfucker.
On the topic of Die Hard, I've seen Live for Your Die Hard, and that's the only Die Hard I've seen.
What?
Oh no.
I know. So I'm 25 years old, and I think I missed the jump, and Live for Your Die Hard is titled in such a way
It's a Christmas movie.
that I didn't know that there was other
True.
Die Hards. You know what I mean?
I would say this next holiday season, pull up the original Die Hard and at least watch that one.
Yeah. I will give it a shot. But
Because I just
will
feel
say
like there's a
Live
lot
for
of
Your
jokes
Die Hard
and callbacks that you don't get right now. You watch
It
that,
was-
boom, you're good to go.
still a fire movie, and the police car and the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great time.
Agreed.
I think I watched Saving Private Ryan with my father when I was like 7 or 8 or something. So I think we watched that, and then the next time we went to watch it, my mother walked in, and the guy's like picking his arm off the beach, and my mom was like, "What the fuck?" So I mean, probably should have waited. If I have kids, I'd probably wait at least till they're 9, something like that, 10 maybe. I don't know.
8, yeah, 8.
Give it that fair roundabout number.
Yeah.
Or The Patriot. I think I watched The Patriot really young.
Oh,
too.
Patriot was great.
The cannonball bouncing and taking off the guy's head.
Yep.
When did The Hurt Locker come out?
The Hurt Locker. That was
2008. Okay, I was older. I saw that.
Oh, 2008.
That's what
I saw The Ring. I said that off stream. I saw The Ring at like 7 years old, and that fucked me up. 100%.
my.
Trauma.
I believe it. The Ring. Oh man, my dad let me watch the original.
And before his TV
It.
turns on the back, just all stacked.
Oh God. Yeah.
My dad let me watch the original It movie, like when I was like
Ooh.
6 or 7.
That's better than the newer ones, just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the effort put into it.
I can see your dad doing that just to be like,
Yeah, my mom.
fucking
Yeah,
giggling at you.
my mom was not happy and pleased with that at all. Like that was a rough month. Let's put it that way. Not even a rough day, not a rough week or weekend. That was a rough month.
Shit.
That was kind of bad. The big question here, what would you say, like if somebody walked up to you right now and said, what is your favorite movie of all time? Just everything flowed with this movie. What would you have to say for that?
I got mine.
Go
Of
ahead.
course.
Shawshank Redemption. It's like the best revenge movie ever.
I get with that.
Through
I gotta see it. I haven't seen
miles of
Shawshank.
Shit. And emerge from the other side, clean.
And Glorious Bastard's a good one. Yeah.
That was a good one. What about you, Joined? What you got?
I have a hard time with that because, like I said, I think just because of the sheer amount of times I've watched The Mummy, that should be my favorite. But if it wasn't, I'd say the original Jurassic Park. Those two are hand in hand. I think they've
Well
lasted
thought
through
out.
my whole lifetime of being really good. I read a lot of Michael Crichton books, the writer for the books for Jurassic Park and everything like that. Yeah, and he's just great. He's this really smart guy. Everything in his book was well written out, so of course the script turned into that as well. It's really well done. And the Mummy is, Mummies and Brendan Fraser, so it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. Noah, you got one?
Yeah. I mean, I saw this movie at probably a very impressionable age, but it still stands to date. One of my favorite films of all time. If I think gun to my head, favorite film of all time, Wolf of Wall Street.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I will be brutally honest. I don't think I've seen clips and snippets of that movie. I have not actually sat and watched that whole movie, and I'm actually probably
It's such a spectacle.
getting judged right now.
No, it's such a spectacle, and Jonah Hill took $50,000, which for the amount of time that he was working on the film was SAG scale. It's the least amount of money he could have possibly made, considering you couldn't volunteer your time. And he's a standout role in it. Everything, it works.
We'll watch it, Thick. You have to be there.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
You got to invest a couple of hours there, a few hours.
Yeah, no, it does have. Here's the thing: it's so long, and I think if you're not ready for it, it might have some pacing issues. But I like it. It's a great movie.
I think it's just one of those things where it's kind of like the 4-hour Justice League. You're gonna watch it, stop, eat, come back, watch it, stop, take a piss, come back. So just get it in stride. It'll be good.
Or depending on how big of a Margot Robbie fan you are, you might just watch the whole thing. You're just locked in. You're waiting for her next scene.
That's true.
She was amazing in that movie.
Very good.
I think mine is it's not so much one specific movie, it was more of a franchise, but I will to this day stand behind the Lethal Weapon movies.
Okay.
Have you ever seen those ones? All of them?
I've seen I've seen all of them.
Okay.
But I've seen enough to be dangerous and conversation.
I really enjoyed thoroughly those movies. I'd have to say that, and then if I had to maybe go for another one, it probably would have been The Patriot. I'm a Mel Gibson fan. He's a great actor. The Patriot was if it had to be a single movie, I guess you could say, it would be The Patriot. That one, I could be flipping through channels, and if I'm already into a show that I haven't seen before and The Patriot's on, fuck the show. I'm watching
That's in my top 3.
That was definitely a top tier movie for sure. What would you say your favorite genre of movie is to watch?
Thriller.
Thriller? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody else?
I think mine's changed because before I loved the Bond movies because that's all I read.
Action
all I read
adventure.
was British and Australian espionage books. That's all I read. But now with my girlfriend, we've been dating for 4 years now. She's so into sci-fi and fantasy, and I've become in love with that. If I didn't say Wolf of Wall Street, I might say Prometheus is one of my favorite movies.
I'm dying.
I love that shit. I love that sci-fi fantasy.
There you go. You all right there, bud?
Dakota?
Mute the mic.
Okay, I'm good.
You good? What's your favorite genre, man?
I was gonna say that's great that she's into fantasy and sci-fi, and then I guess deep down in my soul, I was like, no, fuck you, and I started coughing. I don't know. I'm seeing stars. All right.
Are you good? You need a minute? You need to step out of the room?
Christ. All right. I'd say, yeah, it's rough because I think I used to really like sci-fi and fantasy the best, but I just find myself when I sit down and watch a movie, it's usually with somebody else, with my ex or things like that, and we used to just love the shit out of really bad horror movies, just really, really cheesily done. And I think those are the ones that I enjoy the most now, even if they're not the ones that I find myself watching the most.
Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
a
it.
Great one.
That's it for me. I mean, that's the...
Went through the whole movie, and you were like, all right, doing well. And then they're like, all right, let's blow the rest of our fucking budget, boys. And they just open the elevator doors, jam the budget in your face. It's like money everywhere. It's fantastic.
Oh. Well, my favorite...
We heard of this thing called CGI. You guys want to fucking see it? Boom, open the doors, monsters everywhere. I was like, yeah.
Okay, when Chris Hemsworth picks up a textbook and he's like, who did this? Who said you could read? I don't think it's such a funny movie, dude. I love what they did with that movie.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. The Boy, I think that's still on Netflix. For those of you who haven't seen that, there's a really, really good twist in that.
Was that the newer one? A newer one?
Yeah, it's fairly new. It's the one with the doll that the what's her name, Maggie from Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what
She
you're
goes to
talking
babysit.
about. I know what you're talking about,
Just
indeed.
funny because they get a British actor to play an American in England. So it's like, oh, I thought that was pretty funny. I've also noticed that I feel like there's more, whenever there's like a country accent in a movie, I feel like it's almost always a British actor doing it, not an American actor or an Australian actor doing the country, like Southern accents, things like that.
Right.
When I did True Blood, and it takes place in Louisiana,
Oh, I love that one.
every actor has a different Southern accent in that show, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Like it's just great. And some people are, not American, like Steve Moyer and other people. Like there's all these people that are just, given their own
Who's
version
that?
of a Southern accent.
Jason Stackhouse, the Australian, that one always cracks me up. He always says like Bubba and things like that, and I was like, oh, we say that in my family. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, none of my family are Cajun. None of my family are from Louisiana. I was like, I know people from Louisiana. It's a different accent, but that's fine. It's good.
Yeah, he'll go straight from like doing a Southern accent to like cut, and he's like, "All right, then, what are we doing next?"
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, shit, Ryan.
Becky.
What's your favorite genre?
I
Vic?
think I'm gonna have to agree with you, Cody, on the thriller. Like,
I like
I'm
the twists and turns.
well, that, and I guess you could combine it with being a big horror movie buff. Like, I love all the Friday the 13th movies. Like, that motherfucker
that's
just
what I'm
will
talking
not
about.
die. You know what I'm saying?
Like, there's not a lot of times where I watch Friday the 13th, Freddy, any of those things where I'm like, oh my god, so scary, but I'm just fucking dying laughing because there's so many parts in that.
Like
that are just,
fucking Jason X, or
I don't know if they're supposed to be
campers
funny.
in a sleeping bag.
Right, he slammed the campers around, or God, which one?
Jason 3000, where he turns into
Which
the
is the
metal.
one where he's up on the roof, like the original one where he fucking punches the dude's head clean off, and it goes flying into a dumpster. Like they're up on the top of a rooftop. I think it was I don't remember if it was Jason or if that was Michael Myers, but like shit like that, like the guy's sitting there boxing with him. He's beating him up, and the monster's getting hit. He's getting hit, and then he finally stops and gets that one punch in and just knocks his head off. Things like that is just
Corny.
I feel like you don't see that in movies now. Currently, everything's got to be like over
I
the
did-
top, gory and intense.
I did really enjoy the Freddy vs. Jason movie too. Like that one, that it was funny, but it was interesting how they played both characteristics of them. You know what I mean? Like they got Jason to go to the dream world to get. You know what I mean? That was smart in my opinion. Like that.
They just needed Michael Myers to be tagged in or something and have a
Jason Takes
I mean,
Manhattan. That's
I'm gonna
the
watch any
bad part.
versus movie.
But Michael
do
Myers is
that,
so slow.
Alien
How
vs.
would
Predator.
he get there? Like,
Right.
Well,
taking him.
when nobody was looking,
he's
that's
slow
how you do it.
fast. Yeah.
True.
As long as you're not looking at him, he's fucking hauling fast.
Come
He
here,
has
boy.
to be. That's the
And
only
then as
way.
soon as you turn to look at him, he's just standing there, waiting for you to turn around again.
Oh lordy. Let's see. What is, or who is, I should say, your top actor right now? Who do you enjoy seeing the most in movies right now?
I have like a top 3.
That's fine. We'll take a top 3.
Okay, so mine would be like Jake Gyllenhaal, Shia LaBeouf, and maybe like Edward Norton. Big fan of those 3.
What movies are like you specifically thinking of when you think of them?
For Jake Gyllenhaal, I really became a big fan after I watched Nightcrawler. He just does such a good job. Like he actually gives you like the creeps when you watch that movie. He does a great job. For Shia LaBeouf, I loved Lawless and Fury.
Yeah.
And then for Edward Norton, you got American History X, The Illusionist. He has a bunch of movies.
Dakota, what do you got?
Um,
It doesn't have to
It's
be a
a little
top,
rough because-
but you know.
so I'd say for actual movie shows, actors that are in their role doing what they do as a career, I'd say John Krasinski. When he did A Quiet Place, I thought it was really, really great. I'm actually not an Office fan, so
I agree with that.
What
I'm not an
I
Office
see, what
fan
I see
either.
him as is not Office. Yeah. So I thought Quiet Place was great. Jack Ryan is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for more of that. So I'm a really big fan of his as an actor. Outside of that role, Mr. All Right, Matthew McConaughey. I like listening to him talk. I mean, you listen to him on like Joe Rogan, things like that. I feel inspired when I listen to him, and it's, his movies are great, and I can watch his movies and they're good. It's just as a person, I like him. I think even more than I like him as an actor.
Okay.
So that's kind of I think that would be my 2. And then maybe Brendan Fraser because the Mummy, and also because that man got, oh my God, his poor life. He got beat up so bad, and now he's coming back. So
he's on that comeback.
There's 3 for you. I like it, but only one actual actor that I, as an actor, that's
Cling to. Okay.
Yeah.
Noah, who would you label as your most favorite actor
We're
or
gonna have to,
actors?
talk through this. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing, and I love him in Sherlock. Sherlock's my favorite show of all time.
So
I
good.
think I have to say that Sherlock's my favorite. I would say Martin Freeman as well, but I'm gonna leave him out. I think I love Angelina Jolie in Girl on Fire.
Okay.
I love Angelina Jolie in a lot of movies. I don't know if she's like my favorite, so I don't know. But like I don't, if I'm not going off acting ability, but I'm just going off, I'm gonna say Angelina Jolie.
I like Angelina Jolie in a lot of movies, and just I love Angelina Jolie.
Shout out Angelina Jolie. And then last, 2 controversial actors. Either Shia LaBeouf or Johnny Depp. I don't know. I have to,
Johnny Depp. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Johnny Depp is just like, there's not a moment where I'm watching Pirates of the Caribbean, for instance, where he's not fucking that character. Like, you don't like, he's Captain Jack Sparrow the entire time through and through. Willy Wonka, that character through and through. And then like his more obscure roles, like his horror movie that he did with the Last House on the Left, or something about the Last House on the
window.
Left.
No, the
window. Yeah, window.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, like he's so good.
I agree
What
with
was that movie called? Something Window.
Yeah, I think it's the window.
What he did, like Skeleton Key, he did the window.
Have you seen
But then-
Tusk?
Oh
No.
Stop! You're gonna make me.
Such a dumb movie. So bad.
You can thank Adam for that one. He told me
Secret
that.
Window. That's what it was.
He told me. To ask you.
Can you pull that up for us? Yeah, Secret Window. That's what it was called.
Nice. I think you guys already know that like one of my tops is Mel Gibson. I've thoroughly enjoyed him in many movies. Damn, it's tough because I agree with damn near all of you, man. It sucks because I almost regret this question now because now I gotta like actually think about it for a minute. I respect The Rock as an actor. I really do. You can't go wrong. But
Ballers, man. He's so good in Ballers. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't say The Rock. Wow, that's a good one, Bryce.
Jake Gyllenhaal is good. He that was him who played in it was in a military movie, and I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head.
Jarhead.
Jarheads.
Jarhead, yeah.
What a performance in that movie, like
Especially when he's,
he did awesome in that movie.
I'm a big fan of Paul Rudd too. Like I think he's like a one type actor, but like I love his dry humor. So for like comedy, I love Paul Rudd.
But I also like Jamie Foxx, man.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx, like he did. I'm horrible with movie titles. This is he did a fighter pilot movie a while back. I'm trying to think of what it is, where they had like technology was
Stealth.
Was that it?
Stealth,
He
yeah.
was part of a 3-man crew that would fly missions, and then they added a new member to their crew, which was actually an automated. Yeah, dude, that was an awesome movie. Oh, and Robin, that Robin Hood movie he did, the newest one, or what is it called, Robin or Hood? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I've seen that.
That one was good. He did a great job in that movie. What would you say your favorite actor combo is? That's an interesting, like two actors that you just love to see together in a movie.
John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell.
I was gonna say in that same spirit, Seth Rogen and Franco.
I'm probably gonna have to go with Noah here. I can't really think of any other ones.
It's the mic drop, dude. There's no. That's
Boats
a
and
loaded
hoes.
question.
Boats
Yeah,
and hoes.
Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, like, oh my god.
I feel like I'm trying. This actor's missing me right now. Frick. Why is this drawing a blank on me? I'm so bad at this.
What movie? Give us a movie.
Wow, I'm even drawing a blank on the movie now. Why? Why am I drawing these blanks right now?
Blame it on the truly.
Billy Madison.
I was gonna say Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider.
Adam Snyder and Rob Schneider, dude. There it is. I do why that was drawing such a huge blank on me, but you know what, dude? Those guys, Rob Schneider's little subtle entrances into his movies they're perfect, dude. But I do agree with the Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly thing. Like, they're a great
I feel
movie.
like with Adam Sandler, there's so many other actors since he has his crew that he always brings to movies, which is dope. It's really awesome. So I feel like there's quite a few of those guys that you're waiting for them to pop up in the Adam Sandler movie, and then when they finally do, you're like, yeah, there he is.
Little Nicky.
The only other one I can think of is Matt Damon, and who's the other dude? Why can't I think of his name? The Town. Dogma.
Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are good together too.
That's true.
Those are really good too.
That's a solid combo.
Oh God.
What would you say is in...
What about Jay and Silent Bob?
Who? Oh, Jay and Silent Bob.
I mean,
That's a combo.
They have to go together.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I mean,
that's the combo that they have to go together. There's everyone else has movies where they do it separately. No, they have to go together.
You guys ever see Mallrats?
no.
Good movie.
Which one's that? Like, is that an older one or a newer one?
It's kind of old, 90s probably. And they have
old.
Jay and Silent Bob in there, like with the Clerks. It's like the same cast from the Clerk and all that. Same with Jay and Silent Bob. It's like all the same characters.
Right on. What would you say is an underrated movie or franchise that people just don't know about, or you feel should know more about, or you would highly recommend, per se?
Running Scared.
Adam goes, let me guess, the mummy. Yikes.
Listen, if you haven't seen the 1999 classic, no, I think most people know. I'm trying to think of like cult classics.
Did you guys ever see Running Scared with Paul Walker?
Yeah.
No, I never saw that one.
I think we watched it together. So.
Did we?
It's the one where...
Why do you seem to remember all these movies that I apparently don't, that we've apparently watched?
Weren't we? It would have been
Bryce
like
falls asleep a lot.
You know what?
You weren't there for when Paul Walker was the undercover cop and he had like the kid stole the gun and all that.
It's not ringing a bell on me, but I mean, it's a good possibility, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe I'm just kidding.
I watched that with CJ, my other movie buddy. My bad.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Underrated movies.
Shawshank Redemption with
Yikes.
American classic. That's underrated.
No, what would you say is an underrated movie?
Someone mentioned Dogma earlier, which I'm surprised isn't more popular.
Yeah.
Man, underrated. I think I'll be more specific in that underrated at like my age and older would be the new Jumanji movie. The new Jumanji movie is actually fucking fire.
Number 2, right?
No, the first. It has The Rock in it. It has Jack Black in it, and it actually is fucking fire. And I was so hesitant to watch it. I was like, oh, it's a money grab. It's gonna fucking suck. and it was good. It was really really good, and Jack Black was hilarious in that movie.
You're
Maybe
not
I'm
going to name
biased
drop
because it's
Kevin Hart?
School of Rock. Kevin Hart is great in it as well. But I mean, it's a great movie. It is, and yeah, I'm happy with it. That's my choice. Jumanji, the remake.
You're really thinking about this, aren't you, bud?
It's tough, man, because I feel like nowadays, like we look for underrated, right? Like we look for cult classics. Like I was gonna say, like, oh, Firefly, right? That's an underrated series just because it's Firefly, but I feel like most people know what the fuck that is, or have seen it, or have at least heard about it. So it's hard to say. All right, well then I guess I'll say Firefly.
There you go.
I guess Cody. I thought Cody was a nerd, but I guess.
I haven't.
With
I
your
only know about-
girlfriend, you haven't seen Firefly?
I haven't seen it, but I know about it. She talks about it all the time.
Okay, she's seen it though. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, man, it's hard to say things are like like Fight Club is technically a cult classic, but everyone knows what the fuck you're talking about because everyone's seen that. Maybe Army of Darkness. Go with a little Army of Darkness. That seems like a good
I can agree with
underrated
that.
movie.
Green Street Hooligans. Okay. I haven't seen that one. I don't know that one.
Green Street Hooligans. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Boondock Saints. Great movie.
Oh, you can't I mean, wow. I love those movies. Those are great. I've been waiting for a third. Like, I'm surprised they haven't come out with a third of that one yet. That one.
Bro, when they shoot the cat, fuck.
I can't believe that just fucking happened. Is it dead?
How about Kung Pao?
Kung Pao, okay.
Anybody? Kung Pao? No? Noah says no.
I haven't seen
Cody,
it.
you've never seen. Cody, have you seen Kung
I
Pao?
think I've seen it.
I'm
pretty sure
Oh,
I've
you're
seen
talking about I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's older though.
That was like the Napoleon Dynamite of kung fu movies.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Like if you had to describe Kung Pao, that's how I would describe that movie. Honestly, I don't know if this would be considered an underrated movie, but I don't feel a lot of people know and respect this movie. I know Dakota does, but Tombstone.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Tombstone was an old Western movie.
No, you need to go watch Tombstone right now. What was the other one we said to go watch? Fuck that one. With Bruce Willis.
Die Hard.
We talked
Die Hard?
about Die Hard. No, put Die Hard on for Christmas, okay? You need to go watch Tombstone.
And
That's
save
a
that for
fantastic
Christmas.
movie. Just so all of the one-liners you'll have in your arsenal to use, because oh my god, there's so many one-liners in that.
Who's in Tombstone?
Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott are the main guys.
Okay.
They play.
What was the dude from Twister?
Oh shit!
Bill Paxton that died.
Bill Paxton, yeah, he's in it as well.
It's a Wyatt Earp style movie.
It is about Wyatt Earp, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I feel like when I bring it up, no, like hardly anybody ever is like, "What?" They're always like,
Well,
I
mean, that's a fantastic one. Then, yeah, that would be super underrated because it's even now with crazy CGI and special effects. And
Kevin
Costner.
Yeah,
it's just a classic movie. What was it? Magnificent Seven, right?
Yep.
That's basically people are like, oh, that's Tombstone 2. That's what that is basically. It's just the fancier version of Tombstone. But going back and watching the original, I said the original, but watching Tombstone itself, yeah, it's just fantastic. It holds you. It's got relatively no slow time, downtime. It's really, really good.
definitely worth
5
the
stars.
watch.
Can't recommend it enough.
If you haven't seen it, or if you're looking for something to watch, that's definitely the movie I would go to. What about overhyped? Let's go with an overhyped ideology here, like movies that are just like everybody's like always talking about, and then you're just like, really?
I'd say honestly, like, don't get me wrong, all our Marvel movies, for the most part, are very well done. But ask me how many times I've seen most of the Marvel movies. It's gonna be like once. So I don't know if it's originally I thought, well, maybe I'm just not into superheroes as much as when I was younger, when I was a kid, right, with comic books. And I was like, no, because I fucking love The Boys on Amazon. That Boys was fantastic. So for me, yeah, a lot of them seem a little overhyped. I don't have that rewatchability,
Mm-hmm.
Were you talking about Hateful Eight? When
No.
you said Magnificent Seven.
There's so many of those little.
Absolutely not Hateful Eight. No.
Overhyped.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because like I appreciate certain levels of success just for the level of success that it's garnered, right? And so like,
Right.
sometimes for me that's like okay, that's enough for me to be interested in it. I don't know. Let me think about it.
You guys said Jake Gyllenhaal enough times. Donnie Darko. All right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Shit's overhyped.
I've never even seen it, so I have no way.
There's some movies where I watch, like some cult classics I watch, and I'm like, maybe I'm just fucking retarded and I don't understand. No, but Donnie Darko, I understand. It's just not that entertaining for me. Maybe it's just my personality. Maybe it's just the way my brain works. But for me, I don't think there was a point in the movie where I was into it. And I know that's gonna rub a lot of people wrong.
It doesn't. I got nothing to say because, like I said,
I know.
Okay.
I know. I have a hot take.
Go for it.
I don't like any of the original Star Wars movies. I'm sorry. I miss the nostalgia boat. I love the new ones. The new ones are great. I love the ones with Rey and the 3, and I don't fucking care. And I'm sure.
And I think there's a lot of a generational thing with that. I think that's what it is.
What it is. I miss the nostalgia boat. I don't have. It doesn't. You know what I mean?
Because if like for me, it wasn't that the original 3 are like the greatest creations and blah blah blah. It was that I was watching it with my stepdad who raised me. Like that's what it is for me, right? So
yeah, I get it, man. I fight. Look, and Amanda, I've watched them all like twice now, right? Like, so I gave them a first try, I gave them a second try, but the new ones are great. I think they're very well done, you know. And I didn't mind the fucking Solo movie either. I know that's like a, you know.
So I go into every piece of Star Wars content now, and don't get me wrong. Now with Mandalorian and with I think the right people at the helm, you can't go wrong. They can't do anything wrong. They're doing fantastically.
Fire.
But with the latest, let's just say the last of the Skywalker trilogy, I went into those with the idea of I love Star Wars, and if you give me something that's Star Wars, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it because I don't know. I think a lot of people went into it with like really, really high expectations, and they're like, "No, these have to be just like the original 3." And I'm like, besides like the world politics and Jar Jar Binks, I like the first, or not the first 3, but episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot of the problem where people are going into these with really, really high expectations, and they're trying to like equivocate them to maybe some video games like KOTOR, like Knights of the Old Republic, things like that. And it's not ever going to be that.
True.
So I can agree that the last 3 that had some really fucking cool shit. Would I say they were my favorite? Probably not, because there were a lot of kind of underlying tones and things with the movie that I don't think needed to be there. I came to watch a movie about lasers and space, so
and giant words on a screen.
Giant floating words in space. So I don't need a whole lot of extra stuff in there, as far as like, social ideas and things like that. It's just weird to me to see it there.
No, I think the question is overhyped, right? I didn't say it's not bad.
Right.
The question's overhyped.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And
Yeah,
that's what I would say would be overhyped, because it's like when you have the movies that are supposed to be bad, right? The new ones, when they stand on their own, and they could be their own movie franchise, like quite literally, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it was tacked onto the Skywalker series, but like they really could be their own thing, and they have legs, because of technology.
I think they should have been their own thing. It probably would have been even better.
I think it would have been better received.
A lot of the problems are just because people are like, wait, this is supposed to be like the other ones.
Yeah, I think that's.
I would argue though that any major culture, like nerd culture, like Harry Potter, like Lord of the Rings, any of these things could be
overhyped 100%. Yeah,
totally.
I think I'd have to say, and I'm probably gonna get some flack on this one, I'm gonna say the John Wick series.
Okay.
Because
how about that one? Huh? How about that one? All right, Keanu Reeves is a saint. There's nothing he can do.
I
wrong.
didn't say, like Noah said, it's an overhype factor, and we're talking about a guy who says 15 words in the whole movie, 90% of the time.
Look, when you go,
don't get me wrong, they're good movies, but it's like, I mean, I could
It's like
watch
people
you.
that watch Kong versus Godzilla, and they're like, the plot was just so bad. I'm like, that is not why you went to watch that movie, sir.
No, I'm not
I
saying.
went to go watch Keanu Reeves shoot people. That's why I watch these movies.
Better watch out for the Baba Yaga when you go to sleep tonight.
I guess so, man. But
Well,
I'm
no,
gonna
here's
suck a
the
little
thing.
Human
I
right
think
now. Hold on.
I think that Keanu's.
Hey, Bryce, what's your address again?
I can't really think of a movie that's overhyped. I have like some movies that I thought were gonna be terrible and ended up loving, like Avatar. That's like one of my favorite movies.
okay.
I thought that was gonna be horrible. Like when we saw the preview, I'm like,
I'd say that falls into movies that get a bad rep, because there's a lot of those, right? The movies that like everybody shit on, the critics shit on, and then
Right.
after you're done watching it, you're like, well, I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
I mean, Avatar killed it though. That
Yeah.
that had some hype.
that definitely did.
Still
I-
waiting for the second one. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of
That's
movies we're
never
still
come.
waiting on for the second.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
All right, let's.
I know
get-
people that have been working on that movie for 10 years. And,
Really?
like, yeah, like, I
There
don't
was
know.
actually some type of like it calls some type of like, I don't know how you would call it, but like people actually like wanted that to be them. Like it caused not mental issues, but like they're having to go to psychologists because like they wanted to like not be themselves so much. Like kind of
Sure.
you know he couldn't walk, but next thing you know he's this
yeah.
person that can run and jump high and do
I
all
feel
this
like you're
great stuff.
attacking
And they're like,
every
"I
nerd
want
that plays video games.
Yeah. I mean,
How
that's why
dare
I'm
you?
always.
I feel
That's why I'm
frustrated.
always,
Fuck off, Cody. God damn it.
that's why I'm always skinny in all the video games. That's what I want to be.
I know what you do with that penile slider adjustment. All right.
Mm. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Cyberpunk. My shit was hitting the floor.
Oh my god.
Just.
How do you guys?
You heard when my character loaded.
Bryce is like, okay, away from the penis jokes real quick.
Yeah. Next question. How do you feel about movies that were derived from video games or cartoons? Since we're into that now, I feel like a little bit.
I'm ready for Mortal Kombat.
Same.
I mean, we're all waiting for that, but like,
Movie night.
No, that
What-
got pushed back. Look, I have tomorrow off of work specifically reserved in my calendar for
It was
Mortal
supposed
Kombat.
to come out. This
I
week.
told you they
thank
got
you.
pushed
I
It's
back.
felt
come
like
out
I was taking-
tomorrow. It's coming out next
28th.
Friday where I
taking
have a
fucking crazy
shift at
pills.
work.
I don't know.
Bitch, now I gotta work.
Assassin's Creed. That's Michael Fassbender.
Mm-hmm.
I love Michael Fassbender. That's another one that should have been brought up before.
Yeah.
Also,
Huge penis. Sorry. It's a known fact. It's a fact. I'm just...
Google it. It's
but it was good. I mean,
Adam, can you Google that for us?
Bryce, what do you think?
Confirmation.
The World of Warcraft movie. How'd you feel about it?
okay. I figured I wasn't sure anybody was going to bring this up.
I gotta bring it up.
I'm hit or miss with the World of Warcraft movie because the story was there. I've been an avid World of Warcraft player. You guys have known from other videos and just my content. I was concerned with how they were going to spread things out because we're talking about they released this movie when there was 8 expansions out. And I'm like, okay, how are they going to get this going? Because there is a storyline, there is a trilogy to World of Warcraft. And what they ended up doing was they ended up kind of combining the first 2 expansions into one, which I thought they did a great job of doing. The Dark Gate.
And see, those are the expansions that I know from when I played. So when I
Right.
watched it, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
The fight scenes were great. I think they hit it on the spot, man. Like it's it's gonna be determined when and if they release the second one, if they can continue it appropriately. Like they started off good. They definitely hit it out of the park. It's gonna.
How were the profits from when that released? I don't really remember if it did really well or if it flopped or what.
I
Does anybody
don't.
know off the top of their head?
I don't remember. I saw it at the drive-in movie theater, like on
Let me
release.
Jamie real quick and look it up.
But it's good. That's one of those movies that's really gonna depend on the second to see if it's gonna hold any water at this point.
I can't really have an opinion on The Witcher because I never played the games, but I really enjoyed the show.
World of Warcraft made about $160 million. No, that's how much the budget was. $160 million, and got about 439 million worldwide. So
I'd say it's pretty successful,
I'm not an expert, but that sounds pretty good.
right?
No, what is that? Is that a good
200 million.
good growth rate?
Well, their budget that doesn't include their advertising. So that's one issue. But they have a massive market in China apparently. 200 million ticket sales in China, which is solid for a movie that was filmed in the U.S. with the intention of being like a U.S. film. But they only made 47 million in America at the box office, which is rough considering it's a 165.
So that's why
you want to ideally you want to make your money back in the U.S. market if you're a U.S. film, and then after that, everything after that's kind of gravy.
Right. So do you feel like the overseas market like kind of saved them, or in a sense?
They're expensive to make. And you gotta to bet on an overseas market is a risky bet.
Yeah, but you're also talking about a franchise that's not just a state thing. You know what I mean? It's not a United. It's a global thing. You know what I mean? Like this game is highly popular all over the world, and that's why I feel like the marketing probably wasn't, and the advertising wasn't as good. Like they didn't put as much into it because I feel like all they had to do is put out a couple posts that said World of Warcraft movie, and so many people were gonna cling to that.
I do want to touch on something since Noah's here, and I'm wondering if I know with a lot of game companies they kind of cater to China a little bit as a lot of their market. Quite a few games that I played had very little to do with Asian cultures in their games and influences and things like that. Whereas now they have at least like half the game is influenced by that. And it's for that. A lot of their sales are coming that way. Is it kind of similar with movies? I know like one of the scandals with Marvel with Star Wars was having a certain character on their cover in the States and the rest of the world, but then for China they kind of took that character off of the cover so that they would sell better in China.
As far as like marketing goes, and you'll see it actually in animated movies as well because it's a little bit easier to do. In post-production, they will cater to certain audiences for sure because you're delivering a different product anyways. There's different censorship laws in China. It's a very different product that China gets because of the censorship. So, but for instance, in like Zootopia, there's different news anchors depending on the country that you're watching. Yeah, like you have different kind of like it's a jaguar or a panda or whatever. Like there's so they do these little touches, which is really fun. But as far as like it's stuff that's done in post production, I don't think that as big as the market China is, I don't think we're really conceptualizing like content on that level because they're making their own content and they're doing it under their rules. It's really, really stringent. It's a very different product that they see over there. That's why BitTorrenting is so big. They, for the most part, they're illegally downloading films to see what the director intended the movie to be. Yeah.
What about movie like I'll take to one that's I think was a complete flop. The Dragon Ball movie. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgotten that was even a movie.
What about Doom?
What about what?
Doom.
I never
Rock
saw.
was in it. Instant success. A+, 5 stars. Carl Urban was in it too. Absolutely 5 stars. I have it on DVD. All right, 5 stars.
That had to have been a flop, right? I don't think I saw.
What about Dune? That's supposed to be coming out soon too, isn't it?
That I'm excited about. HBO Max, killing it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
they're doing really well.
What about Avatar: The Last Airbender movie? I feel like when that movie came out, much with even the Dragon Ball movie, I feel like they rushed it. I feel like they just needed to get it out because I don't know if the demand was there for it, because there's been so much advancement in CGI and all this and that for a movie to be that bad, like specifically the Dragon Ball movie, like that was a disaster in my opinion. That movie could not hold a half a bucket of water in my opinion. Like that one was atrocious. I don't know. I think that they just felt rushed. You know what I mean? Some of these movies, I feel like, much like video games, like not to get back into the video game topic, but like I feel like people are just rushing these games out without taking real time to listen to what the people are actually looking for in a newer video game. You know what I mean? So
Well, I think that it's getting better because I think people are slowly realizing that they need some of their like content creators to be from that background. Like Henry Cavill, you had brought up The Witcher. You know, Henry Cavill had his agent continually going after the producers and everything for The Witcher, saying like, I want to be The Witcher. And Henry Cavill's a nerd, absolutely a nerd. So I think that's doing well because they take that more into consideration. I think a lot more newer video game adaptations are coming out better than older ones just because they're taking that more into consideration, bringing in nerds that are going to write your script for you or at least advise on it.
right.
Since that's probably going to be your main audience.
Anybody else got an input on cartoons or video games into movies? Nope.
I mean, I mean, mine's Assassin's Creed, and I start my petition here online. Everyone in chat, figure this out. I need Assassin's Creed too, and I don't care how expensive they are to make, and I don't care how many people watch it. We need a second one, and Michael Fassbender is awesome outside of.
What's the movie
endowment.
that had Jake Gyllenhaal?
The Sands of Time.
Prince
Prince of Persia.
Oh,
Persia.
Yeah.
Persia.
that's a video game, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. That was an original video game.
Is the character in the video game also white?
He had a good tan. He had a really solid tan.
He had a solid tan. He had a good base tan.
The problem with that is that Jake Gyllenhaal is like probably one of the whiter actors, right? He's pretty damn white, and I don't mean just the color is tan. I mean his personality. He's just very white.
Yeah, it goes back to the Dragon Ball issue.
Yeah. I do remember that movie, and I mean,
I actually enjoyed it.
I didn't.
I never played the video game, so.
What was the recent one with Matt Damon and the Great Wall of China? Was it Great Wall of China?
The Great Wall with like the
Great Wall.
monsters. That shit was.
The term recent is relative for that movie, but yeah. I
didn't watch it, so I don't remember when it exactly came out. I just remember the uproar of...
The artwork is amazing.
They did do a good job with
I'm
the
gonna say
cinematics.
2017.
For what?
2016. Good.
16,
There you go.
That was a good one. I mean, the story I feel like was a little stretched. But
all of last year didn't count, and most of this year. So
That's
that was
true.
honestly only a couple years ago. You know?
That's true. You're right.
so round it up. It was 2017. All right, let's do something a little different for the show. Me and my, I guess you could call him my co-host, have been Sensei, the guy who's been kind of helping me with all this. We took some time and we came up with like a little game show with questions, and I would like to try to throw at you guys. And we're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna let you guys each give a response to the answer. That way, because obviously we don't have a button for you to buzz in on or anything like that. No scores needed. It's just for fun. You know, let's test your knowledge a little bit. And once I have everybody's answer, then I will give the answer out, and we're just gonna go from there. Sound good?
I'm gonna suck. Let's do
It's
it.
like trivia.
It's a little trivia, you know what I mean? But it's you know. All right,
I'm
question.
copying whatever their answers are. So
Question number 1. Okay, in the Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red pill?
Always take the red pill.
red.
Red.
That is correct. I did take
He
the
raised
red
his
pill.
hand.
He's like, wait,
So
big
proper.
buzz on me.
Red?
Oh, this is gonna be hard for Noah.
My clicker's not working.
What's the name of the skyscraper in Die Hard?
Nakatomi Tower.
Nakatomi Tower.
Nakatomi Plaza. Nakatomi
Plaza?
Tower is the tower. Well, the tower is the tower. Plaza is the whole thing. Yeah. Noah, what do you think?
Fuck, let me Nakatomi Tower.
It's Nakatomi Plaza is the definition of the name for it, but we'll
Plaza.
get
But the tower is the tower. The plaza is the whole.
all right.
Thanks to Cody.
what do we call
Nitty
that
gritty.
plot of land.
What? Number 3. What flavor of Pop-Tart?
Did you just write that question after you heard he didn't know Die Hard?
No, that's the best. That's the
What are the
best
odds
part
of
is
that?
we did
Jesus
these last
Christ.
night, dude. I promise you, we did these last night.
What's the
What
I
flavor?
never watched this movie, bro.
Dakota, shut up. What flavor of Pop-Tart does Buddy the Elf use in his spaghetti when he does all of his little concoction thing?
I'm gonna go strawberry because it's just classic.
So we have one for strawberry.
Maple? I don't know.
Oh, maple's fire.
I know he does something with maple.
S'mores.
Maple syrup. Ooh, s'mores is a good answer too.
So
I
we
think
got
strawberry.
strawberry, s'mores, and what'd you say, Dakota?
No, he said
No,
s'mores.
I said s'mores.
maple.
Cody
Oh.
said maple.
Okay, you're all wrong. It's chocolate.
I never watched that movie, to be honest.
What?
Strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
I felt like I was like when that movie came out, I was already like, oh, I'm too
Wait, you've
mature
never
to
seen
watch it.
Elf?
You've never seen fucking Die Hard.
Well, but Elf is Elf.
Elf?
Die Hard is
Die Hard. Like up here. Come on.
That's
They're both Christmas movies, though. And you guys know what you're doing next Christmas. All right.
I'll watch Die Hard with you if you watch Elf with me.
fine. Okay.
All right, this one is a little bit older. What we're gonna see. All right. Actually, it probably is kind of obvious at the same time. The head of what kind of animal is front and center in an infamous scene in The Godfather?
Boar.
It's a horse.
I don't fucking. I never watched Godfather. I told you this
Okay.
yesterday.
You never heard the
I watched
expression
it,
"have
I
him wake
played
up with a horse head in his bed"?
No.
You never heard that expression? Oh my god! All right, well, there's one
Good scene.
more point for Dakota on that one. Okay. Question 5. What year did the first Alien movie release?
1983.
No.
I just
Close.
threw that out there.
Lower. We'll give you guys 2 guesses each on this.
85.
Lower. Lower than 80.
84.
Lower than 83. We'll get. Okay. He said 83.
Oh, lower than 83?
Lower than 83.
81.
81.
Lower.
80.
All right. Nobody gets a.
79?
There you go.
79.
79.
I
70.
was gonna say in the 70s too. Damn it.
79 though.
79? What?
I wasn't even a thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even a fucking.
Have you ever
thought.
watched the old Alien
Twinkle in your
movies?
father's eyes, they would say.
Yeah, not even.
Look,
I think so.
Alien horror movie, Aliens sci-fi, action movies. Two completely different, feelings when you watch those movies. Because the second one, guns out, you got the Marines, everyone's got flamethrowers, explosives, and everything. First one, maybe we can kill this thing with a tractor. Like it's just some farmers, some poor little dirt farmers. They're like, how the fuck are we gonna kill this thing?
No, you said you liked Prometheus, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so Prometheus was actually a
Had
prequel
Michael
to
Fassbender.
Alien.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know if you
Yeah,
knew that.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the Alien franchise. I didn't know when the first one came out.
That's crazy,
But,
right?
yeah, no, was not a thought in my father's eyes. Or twinkling.
Did you when you watch Prometheus, when you watch the first of
Prometheus.
that prequel, I guess. Yeah, Prometheus. Did you already know going in that it was going to be aliens? Because I had no fucking idea. I didn't realize it until like halfway through, and then I was like, "Oh, that's what this is supposed to be."
Yeah, well, because it was Ridley Scott, and I knew Ridley Scott didn't do anything else. No,
That's true. Yeah.
no, yeah, I had a feeling, and then because it was another thing. This is all stuff that was blindly thrown at me by my girlfriend, right? And I just had to sit there and take it. But yeah, I mean, I love that movie. That was an awesome movie. It was everything that I thought Elysium should have been, which I know is like different settings, but like I just tonally, I mean, like it just it felt right, and I was sad that when Raised by Wolves wasn't kind of still in that universe.
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah.
It's still good. Raised by Wolves is still a good movie, but I think I'm so attached to Prometheus that I want to keep going into that fucking storyline.
Right?
Sphinx is roasting us.
He's fine. Okay, what Hollywood movie star plays himself in Zombieland?
Bill Murray.
Yeah,
Bill fucking Murray.
I said it first. I get the point.
no, you get the point. You get the point. It's
You get
cool.
the
I know
point.
everyone knew it.
You didn't
but
buzz
I
in.
got
I didn't see the buzzer. All right.
The Hollywood movie star got me fucked up, and I started thinking this is the end. And I started thinking of all the people in This Is the End playing themselves.
everyone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was fuck.
We'll give it to Cody on that one.
Yeah,
All right.
Cody's got it.
Number 7. Okay, this one might surprise you guys. What is the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time?
Titanic, yeah, Titanic made $1 billion, too. But so, yeah, Titanic.
Was Titanic R-rated? I guess it was.
R-rated.
Was
Is
Titanic R-rated?
Was it?
Did I ruin it?
I'd say no because he doesn't.
They show boobies though. Isn't that R-rated?
Yeah, but if it was R-rated, then Titanic made the most money, and Bryce would have been like, yeah, that's the right answer. But he didn't do that.
I think
You
I
already
may
said
have thrown a
fuck.
wrench.
No,
in
what'd you
the-
say, Deadpool?
I said Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Joker.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I was
Joker
just
made over $1
fuck, I
billion.
was just like trying to think along those lines too.
Joker's
Titanic was
R-rated for
PG-13? What?
Joker's R-rated for fucking one scene, essentially.
When he blows his head off.
Yeah, there's like no cursing. There's like
I feel like my answer is the real answer.
what was there's no way that Titanic was R-rated though.
No, Adam said it's PG-13, but they showed Yetis. Like I don't.
That happens all the time now. You can watch National Geographic; it's on there. right?
Titanic is rated at a 16+, which is closer to an R rating, but it's put as PG-13.
Not R-rated. Cody, you lose. -1 point for you, sir.
All right. Number 8. What is the name of Andy's neighbor in Toy Story?
Sid.
I was looking up Deadpool box office results.
No, I was like, I'm not ready.
I need to come up. If I'm going to do this again, I need to come up with like a buzzer system. Something.
We should write them down. We should write them down on like pieces of paper. We show our
Oh,
answer
that would have been good. I didn't think about that one.
Did you ever watch those SNL skits with Jeopardy? Because that's what it's going to turn into with Sean Connery, but it's not actually Sean Connery, obviously. You never watched those?
Mm-mm.
Fantastic. Bryce, let's write them on paper then, so all my jokes can be really funny and original. Because it's just going to be rip-offs of this skit.
Oh my god. All right, let's go with who wrote the screenplay for Rocky?
Sylvester Stallone.
Anybody?
I have no idea.
I know he did Rambo. I know he wrote Rambo in like 5 days too.
He's actually right.
He was
Yeah.
also in a porno too. For you guys that don't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he
do.
young
did.
Sylvester
That's how
Stallone.
we started. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude.
Called him the Hammer.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I watched like a small documentary on this. Like Rocky was like when Sylvester was really trying to get involved in this, and
Yeah.
he would not sell his script for this unless the person bought it agreed to cast him in that movie.
Yeah.
So and he had no acting experience.
Stallion does it again.
He had no experience in acting whatsoever. So it took him forever to actually sell that script till.
Well,
They
he
get
had a
picked.
little bit of experience in acting, but
Well,
I don't know if I'd call
alright.
it acting.
So wait. You know the Rocky edit was actually extremely difficult for the editors because Sylvester Stallone liked to make sound effects while punching people.
I,
Oh,
So yeah.
Take that dick.
That movie, the other movie. Come on,
No, but like he'd be like boom, boom, boom.
oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And it was amazing. Like that's
Which is
hilarious.
exactly what somebody who has never thrown punches before would sound like if they were throwing punches. So great.
It's so funny.
oh my. All right, last question. You guys ready?
Mm.
All right. 3 of Jim Carrey's blockbuster hits, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, were all released in what year?
1990.
What? You said 93, Cody?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
90.
Want to throw a guess out there?
I'm not built for this guy. Ask me who, when Twilight came out or something. I don't know, dude. I'm fucking too young for this shit, man.
Just
Yeah,
throw out a
I'll-
90. Throw out a 90 something.
I thought a 90. I think it was a little bit later. Just due to I'm gonna say 95.
Damn. You guys bounced all around it.
94.
94.
So,
1994.
Cody, what'd you say?
He said
said
93. You said
Cody wins.
90.
Price
he
is Right
said,
rules,
he said
Cody wins.
95. We were right.
He
We're
went
doing
over.
Price is Right rules.
Oh,
So-
okay. Yeah. I'll take that point.
No,
So
I
who
take it
wins?
back. Cody, you lose. Fuck you.
Titanic was the real answer too. I don't care what anyone says.
All right, let's get a tally up. Oh, Adam's already got a tally, and it looks like Dakota
Let's
wins
go.
with 4 first right
Oh.
answers.
Hell yeah.
What do I win? Coming to
Nothing.
your house right now.
Uh,
What do I win?
A free sub.
Yeah, you
Even a
probably
free
could.
$5 foot long.
Yeah.
Costs $13.
They don't even do that anymore, do they? The $5 thing? I don't know. We're getting off topic
It's
here.
like one day of the week. I don't know.
All right, guys.
If you
We're
want to
gonna...
talk about fat things? We can talk about fat things, but we're not talking about that right now. Okay.
Yo, let's do this. I'm there for the
Oh
next
my
podcast.
god, fat things. I mean, we'll make it happen. We're
I'm
gonna
about to have like 4,000 calories after this fucking podcast.
Chicken wings. Let's go.
chicken wings, hot. Never mind. We're not doing that.
Wait, hold on. Noah, what is the correct way, in your opinion, to eat a chicken wing? Let's say flat. So it'd be
I was gonna say drum or flat.
drumstick is just like obviously
Ranch
just-
or blue cheese.
No. Stick with the same question. How do you
Okay.
eat a flat?
Well, there's 2 different ways. All right. There's the way where you sever the nerve and you do the thing, or you just put it in your fucking mouth and you just bam.
I like this guy. He knows what he's talking
There's
about.
also
Yeah.
the zipper technique where you like something like
Sure.
that. I'm extra fat.
But yeah.
What about the what do they call it?
The meat umbrella is.
Yeah, the umbrella one. That one.
That seems too
You
messy.
hold it from the top, squish all the meat down, and then just pull it off.
I guess it depends on
But like he said, the flat, you put it all in your mouth, you pull the meat
And
out,
just
pull out
yep.
the bones.
I do like when they do the drumsticks where they make it like a lollipop though, and they squish all the meat together. Have you seen that?
That's some bougie shit. What is that?
What the hell are you talking about? What is that?
Chicken wing lollipops? Let's
You
go.
ever seen that?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so they basically when they're prepping it, they take all the skin and all the meat and they shave the bone and everything's up to the top, and then it's like a lollipop essentially.
Oh shit! So you just
And you just-
played it right off
So
the
it's
top.
when you were prepping, okay.
yeah, it's during the mise en place as they call it. And then it's amazing. It's so good. That's the way drumsticks should be made.
Chicken wing lollipops. Never.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We do need an answer to the other question though. Ranch or blue
Oh,
cheese?
The blue cheese or ranch.
Oh, ranch or blue cheese. Okay, here's the thing. All right, I'm an oddball. All right, I love ranch on wings, and I love ranch on a lot of different products. But blue cheese is kind of my favorite when it comes to other things. So when it comes to wings, I like ranch, but I like blue cheese on a lot of other things.
I don't think we can have this guy back on the show anymore.
That's fine.
Hey, no,
On
last
Star
time
Wars
we
and
were
blue
split
cheese.
right down the middle because I liked ranch, the other guy liked ranch, we liked ranch. Okay, we were split.
Technically speaking, I do have one more strike, but no, it's fine. I see how it is. And
I feel like blue cheese is like a northeast thing though. I really do.
well, I'm from the East Coast and I love blue cheese. Don't get me wrong, and I take blue cheese. Okay, let me say this: I pick blue cheese over all ranch except good ranch. Does that make sense? Because there's such thing as good
Yeah.
ranch.
Wingstop
I
has some
respect-
fire ranch.
I respect that answer because you can
Blue
have
cheese is a safe choice.
bad. No, I don't. I still won't like blue cheese. That's not a given for me. But the statement you said about like having bad ranch,
There's good ranch.
there is
Yeah.
good ranch and bad ranch, and I'll tell you
Hey.
what. I've had some bad ranch, and I'm pretty sure that's what
Oh.
turns into blue cheese.
What do you like blue cheese on? Chris asked. No.
Oh, I love blue cheese on bread. I went to dinner the other night. I was telling you at STK, and their bread that they serve is like a brioche bread topped with like blue cheese on it. It's amazing. It's
What about like a blue cheese crumble on a hamburger or something?
100% blue cheese?
Or a
crumble on-
black and blue burger or whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 100%. Blue cheese is. I love blue cheese. I do.
I mean, you could put ranch on Skittles. I'll still.
100%. I'll drink that.
So
Dude,
we're
Wingstop
talking about
ranch,
what we
I don't-
bring into the movie theater, right?
Yeah. Did someone say Wingstop ranch?
Yeah, Wingstop ranch is fire.
I order the large ranch, and I don't know how much it costs,
Drink
but
it.
it should be expensive because it's the
Mhm.
best. It's better than any ranch. you
Do
can
they
buy
put
in the
like
grocery
pieces
store.
of celery in it or something? I feel
I
like
don't know what they do. It tastes fresh. It's good.
it's good.
That's my favorite movie. The Wingstop Ranch is my favorite movie.
It's an acceptable answer.
Doesn't Rick Ross own
A few
Wingstop?
in Florida.
Good job, Ricky.
It's a franchise. You know, it's like going.
He's killing
You
it.
know what? We're down the rabbit hole anyway. Does anybody from the chat have any questions they want to ask anybody that's here right now? We'll give it a minute since we're down the rabbit hole.
Oh, I like your coffee cup. I got one too.
Yeah, Dad.
You see it?
Have a nice day. There you go. I was.
I knew that was
expecting
coming.
something. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, while we're waiting for questions coming through chat, I see 2 Secret Lab chairs.
Yep.
I have a normal office chair. How do we feel about the Secret Lab chairs?
It's comfy. My ass hurts right now, but it's comfy.
See that?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's from the chair.
I think it's a size thing.
Okay.
So for most chairs, like the weight is good, but also just the fact that the head is actually up to where it needs to be.
Sure.
Because most
Trust
office
me,
chairs,
this-
it's like all other public chairs you could possibly sit in. I'm like breaking my back over the top if I want to lean on it. So
I'm hurting this chair more than it's hurting me. I can tell you that.
I'm with you, man. I got like a normal office style chair, but like I still went and did some research on it because you know what I mean. I'm a fairly decently sized mammal man.
decently sized.
I had to go with the problem with normal. I had a regular gaming chair, right? I had not a Secret Lab, but the problem is they are like the armrest things were like digging into my hip bones and
Yeah, so that is the one complaint I have about these Secret Lab chairs is
This
it's
one,
just
though,
a hard ass
dude?
armrest. But I went on to Amazon. I just bought this little cushy thing for really
Mine are
cheap,
good.
and,
They don't even touch me.
good to go.
And I'm also a large.
this chair has been amazing and on it, and also I got a massager in the back of mine too.
I've heard your chair scream for life a
Please
couple times.
don't call your wife a
Massager
massager.
down on
It's a
my
little
feet
weird.
right now.
What? You're dumb. Herman Miller, those chairs are like.
I have a foot massager right here. That's what I use.
Oh, hey, I had that
Oh,
one
I
too.
need one of those. I
It's like
definitely.
5,000 reviews on Amazon. That's crazy.
The Herman Miller chairs, those are like we're talking like $1,500 for a chair, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I saw. There's some really cool Herman Miller ones, and those are the ones I'm looking at because they look the most cat safe. That's the thing. I have 3 cats.
What do you mean by
So-
cat safe? For like cat hair or cat damage, like claws?
Cat damage.
Claws.
Claws. Yeah,
Oh.
because like this chair, I don't think you can see it.
You
but,
should
right
look
here-
like are you okay with looking at them expensive ones like that? Because if you are, I would suggest the one that Tim the Tatman was promoting on his stream. They had like, I think he said there was like the top 10 chiropractors in the world were brought together to design this chair for like, it's got special rollers in the back and shit like that,
Oh.
dude.
in my office, I have an expensive fucking like orthopedic, like made by an orthopedic surgeon chair.
Mhm.
And that's an amazing chair. I would never bring that into my house because my cats will fuck it up because it's made of leather. That's the thing. I need something that can survive my
Like
cats.
mesh.
That's what the Herman Miller ones, the Herman Miller gaming ones, which I think Adam's referring to, maybe.
Mhm.
They come in like white, red, and black, I think. And they've got this like, I don't know, like this plastic mesh essentially, and they look good. The Aeron specifically, let's see it, Herman Miller Aeron.
Is that the new one or is that the or is that an older one, Adam?
Okay, that's a different one. I still like those. There's a Herman Miller gaming chair that just came out. I'll throw that in the mix. Herman Miller. No, that's the Logitech ones.
I mean, you
Or-
can never go wrong with just flipping a stool upside down either.
1000%. Special game, the
It's a
sale.
3-seater.
SAYL at $725, and every time I look at the price, it stops me.
Cringe, right? It's very cringe worthy. All right, well,
$725.
I think we're gonna start wrapping it up here, guys. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys for taking the time to just sit and enjoy the conversation and have your inputs in. I really appreciate it. Is there any specific socials you guys want to be shouted out right now? If not, we'll get them on the YouTube video for sure.
Mine's just FinaleRIPS on everything. So
There you go.
there you go.
Brad Pitt, 4Ts.
Brad Pitt.
Goes back to my Angelina Jolie answer earlier.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you guys. The video will be up on YouTube before this weekend, So make sure you guys go check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you guys have any other ideas for possible Thicc Talk topics, make sure you put them in the comments below. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.